Happy New Year, happy 2020 to my very wonderful friends who are subscribers to this channel and regulars. May you all have an extraordinary year 2020. Now, before I came in to make this video, I went back to last year, actually the year 2018 on December 30th, where we did a prediction video on the year 2019. To see what rubbish I gave people that didn't pan out in the year 2019. Fortunately, I found only one prediction that didn't happen in 2019. And again, fortunately, you don't have to take my word for it, because I've put a link on the top right hand side of your screen right now, which you can click on and go to that video and take it in yourself and decide whether I'm telling the truth or not. And to tell you the truth, I'm very happy that prediction did not come to pass. By the way, in that 2019 prediction video, in the same video, indeed in the same sentence, where that prediction that did not come to pass was another prediction of a man-made calamity, that I said would happen very early in 2019. Now, I'm not in the predictions business. I'm a political analyst. And I'm usually so busy. So when I make a video, I make it and forget about it and move on. So I've never listened to this particular video since I made it on December 30th, 2018. That is until today, a few moments ago. And listening to myself, I said, what? Because you'll all remember, very, very early in the year 2019, in fact on January 15th to be precise, there was a man-made disaster. When the Dusit Hotel in Nairobi was attacked by Al-Shabaab terrorists. And Almighty God intervened in a major way because it would have been much worse. We lost 20 precious Kenyan souls, but it would have been much worse. Because quite a few very critical things didn't go right, for the attackers. Anyway, on to 2020. Bombshell number 1. I have reason to believe, and I'm therefore predicting, that the Team Kieleweke versus Team Tangatanga political duel will be concluded and decided in the year 2020. In other words, that ongoing political war, full of very many political battles, will end in the year 2020. Now, we all know, like when the major Second World War ended, all hostilities ceased. The losers of that war surrendered. And most significant, world politics changed. From 1945, when those hostilities ceased, they changed dramatically. And what emerged was a brand new world order. And so, we should expect the same, with the Team Tangatanga versus Team Kieleweke political duel. But don't ask me how it'll end and who will emerge victorious. Because the truth is, I don't know. And experience has taught me to never ever go with what may appear to be obvious. Because in this instance, Raila Odinga has assured us that we are going to go into a referendum in the year 2020. Going by the current political numbers, it appears obvious that that referendum will succeed. It will go through, and the constitution will be changed. Still, there is no guarantee that a successful referendum by Team Kieleweke will end this duel. There's no guarantee. And never ever forget that we're in the season of overturns. Overturns, because kizungu ilikuja na meli. Overturns are where everything is turned upside down. And in a major overturn, you'll find that even the main combatants are nowhere to be seen. Neither of them emerges victorious. And instead, what emerges is something completely new. Bottom line, nothing, absolutely nothing is obvious in Kenya now. And that is politically speaking. Bombshell number 2. In the year 2020, we will witness for the first time a major food shortage in the country, having a major impact on the country's politics. The last major food shortage we had in the country was in the early 80s. I was still in school. But I remember yellow maize being imported into the country. And I remember many people did not like ugali made from yellow maize. And I guess the reason was mostly psychological. Because a lot of people are saying this yellow maize is what is fed to horses in places like the United States. And that food shortage in the country had very little impact politically, because we were under the single party, Kando ni Mama na Baba rulership of President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. But in the year 2020, it will be a different ballgame. Now I can hear that Kenyan seated somewhere very far away from home saying, "Hey Chris, hold on a minute. What food shortage are you talking about? We have had major rains right across the country. In fact, floods." Okay, that is absolutely correct. However, floods destroy crops. Floods displace people from their farms. Too much rain destroys crops. And in any case, experts are warning of a major food shortage looming in the next few months. And some people believe the National Cereals and Produce Board should be right now buying aggressively bags of maize from the market to prepare for what is coming. But they are not. And I believe most of us can guess why. Money is tight. You know, when there are so many exciting things happening in the country, especially politically, people ignore or people fail to grasp what is really important and what should sound alarm bells very loudly. For instance, in most parts of Kenya, the price of a bag of maize, 90 kilograms bag of maize, is, wait for this one, Kenya shillings 4,000. And in many other parts of the country, it is 3,000 bob. But there's pressure for it to rise. Why? Because of supplies. Now, this is a record high. The price of maize in Kenya has never reached 4,000 bob. Never ever. Now, of course, this is very good for long-suffering farmers. Good for them. I'm very happy for them. However, on the other end of the scale, for most Kenyans, it spells doom. Because Kenya is ugali country, and ugali comes from maize flour. And you need the maize crop to produce maize flour. Bombshell number 3. There'll be another major man-made calamity in the year 2020. Please refer to my 2019 prediction video to understand what I mean by man-made calamity. Now, very quickly, let's move on to things you should do to prepare yourself for the year 2020. If you're one of the very fortunate Kenyans who drives a car and you're in the habit of kuweka fuel ya kushikilia, what I mean is that you always put in fuel of 200, 500 bob. You're always fighting with the warning on your car for tank about to be empty. You know, in all cars, when the fuel tank is about to be empty, there's a red light that comes on. And what you always do is just to make sure that red light does not come on for too long. Well, my advice in 2020, despite the harsh economic times, get into the habit of always filling your tank when you have the opportunity. Why am I saying this? Because history tells us, in times when the government is cash-strapped, in the past, in times when the economy is in trouble, there are very frequent fuel shortages. You get into that situation where you find long queues of cars outside a certain petrol station. Because maybe in the area, it is the only petrol station that still has fuel. Another tip, stock up in food as much as possible. as much as the harsh economic times will allow. Buy a bale of unga ugali, instead of a few packets, like you usually do. Just stock up, because we're heading towards times, where money in your pocket may be relevant. Because that vital thing you want to buy may not be available at a particular time. Thus rendering, the word of Kenya shillings 1,000 notes in your pocket useless. Now on to the good news. The year 2020 will be a year of massive, unprecedented opportunities. Opportunities for brand new political players to emerge. And opportunities for those who are lesser political forces to become bigger, much bigger political forces. And I'm talking about both individuals and political organizations and political parties. There will also be numerous opportunities for people to make serious money. And I talk about that in a clip that follows this that I'd made earlier. Folks, once again, I take this opportunity to wish you a very happy new year, a very happy 2020. And of course, you're at a huge advantage, because you're better prepared. You have an inkling of what is ahead. Until next time, this is Chris, Kumekucha. How have you prepared yourself for the year 2020? How are you going to put food on the table for your family in 2020? How are you going to get a job or even earn money in a rapidly shrinking economy? Companies and businesses all over the country will continue to lay off people. And those people who owe you money are cutting back. There are even rumors that they're completely shutting down. So if your strategy for 2020 is that a lot of people owe you money and that they'll pay you, then you need to think again. Actually, my 3-part documentary titled How to Prosper in a Gloomy Economy is all about you positioning yourself, changing your thinking, so that in 2020, you take full advantage of the numerous opportunities these chaotic economic times have brought us. Oh yes, it's a fact, whether you want to believe it or not. During harsh economic times, even economic depressions, amid all the suffering, there are people who make a lot of money. Harsh economic times are actually overturns. Remember that prophecy on this channel? Overturn, overturn, overturn. And it is an overturn because it shifts the wealth from a certain group of people to a fresh, new group of people. Many times accidentally, by luck. But don't leave it to luck. Understand how you can be in this group that greatly benefits from the harsh economic times. My game-changing, life-changing documentary is available for only $54. And you can see details on your screen on what you need to do to grab it right away. Now I make a passionate plea to everybody listening to this. Even if you don't get my information, even if you don't purchase my documentary, please, please, please try and get this information elsewhere. Study past economic depressions and what happened. Study what has happened in African countries whose economies have collapsed or nearly collapsed. Trust me, that information is super vital to face 2020. Now, admittedly, if you do your own research, you'll have to understand economics. You'll have to break down complex things, complicated language, so that you understand. And of course, the advantage of my documentary, it is all there in very simple language, broken down for you and explained, and even examples and ideas put on your laps, so that all you have to do is to act. Please don't hesitate. Start on that journey right now. That journey that will lead you to always forever remember 2020 as a very extraordinary year for you.